So here we're looking at the pound versus the dollar. Run the daily charts. You can see it's been a bit rangy at the minute, but we had an upward channel which is broken down, turned into a downward channel which itself has been, now appears to be broken. We're back into the upward trend, but so a bit up and down at the minute. The reason for the review at the moment is just had a quick gander, and we've been on a bit of a selling spree, crossed the channel completely. So there's two possibilities now. We're hoping to expect another bounce back further up, which will be looking for 13,300, or so it's a bit of a false breakout. I'm saying that's quite a large false breakout to be fair, but we could be back down onto the downward trend, which is more likely. Well, not necessarily more likely, but it's a strong possibility. It seems within this zone, may linger on here in a bit longer. If we drill down into the hourly charts, what we've got here. So as you can see, from back end of last week, been on a bit of a downward curve. Full channel, almost touched the top of the channel. We've crossed all the way down, and we're back down to this support zone that we've drawn. We're at the top of the support zone at the moment. We've only peaked up above it a couple of times early this morning and back into the SL since we broke into it, so that may be starting to form something. And if that is the case, then there's a chance that it'll push down and hopefully break the lows. On that assumption, we have got a bit of a channel forming. We take the highs, and then we join onto the previous highs here. We join onto the lows, which are the first lows, which are here. Would be these that we retraced. So there we can see a nice downward channel touch, pushed away, touch, slight breakthrough, pushed away. We're now into the midway point of this potential new channel forming. So the reason it's of possible interest is if this channel takes preference. We've got a fall of, what's that, 20 odd points, and then potentially a bigger further fall down to our next support zone, which is probably around here, the 2950 mark, and then again potentially further down to 12,900. So there's a few different bits going on. Drill that down again further to the 5-minute chart. Let's have a look what we got. So the 5-minute chart, lots of noise on here. You can see we had previous resistance zones, so support down resistance. Where we are today is we've been bundling along in this range. Did have a bit of a breakout, but rallied, pushed back up, tried another go, but pushed back up. We're all staying within this downward channel we've got here. So this downward channel is looking as if it's starting to take some shape. So on the lower time frames then, we've got previous highs of 213.25 and the previous touch over here. We're just at the moment pushing up, bit of a surge, full channel, bit of a surge from the low of the channel, up we come. So I'm now contemplating putting a small trade just around here, 13.24, well, for a couple of points for the spread, so maybe around the highs, somewhere around here, with a relatively tight stop. Maybe, how does that look on the chart? 13.35. Depends how much we want to risk, really, if that is the case. We've got a little bit of room to give it, to let it breathe. Really, I guess we should be above our previous, this support zone. Really, we should be up here, but that's a bit of a gap that I'm not sure I want to take that much risk at the moment. We also tie in nicely with the end of the channel crossing, I suppose. But really, for this, if it doesn't push down off these, then it means that my thoughts were wrong. It's not going to use this as a double top, and it's going to push higher, in which case it's a better entry point. So, the thing I've realised, or need to be careful, because sometimes these can act as double tops, so you have a slight touch, or potentially a triple top, although this was just a tail from memory on that one candle. So depending on how you read double tops, whether you're using the full candle or whether you're using the tails, In this case, assuming we're using the end of the candle is here, double top and a push back down. I could pretend. The problem with that is if you don't give it a little bit of room to breathe, you can push up, take your stop loss out and then continue down. So your trade was right, your analysis was right, but the price market never really does it touch exactly. So that's something to consider. So in this case, I think I'd want to look at my stop loss, maybe, what would that be, maybe 10 points higher. So if it does break up to these levels, then that's a bit more than just a breakout. So more than a surge higher. So I think I'm gonna contemplate that at the moment. Let's have a look. Let's bring the calculator on board. Let's have a look. So I started punching these in a bit earlier. So risking 2% of the bank. GB is a sell. 15 points give me an entry of 13.23. Gives me a stop loss of 13.36, which is fine. A target of 39 points, give me a 1 in 3. Makes it to 12.984, which sits almost perfectly as it happens to the bottom of the previous, or the bottom of this resistance area. So I think I'm going to go ahead and place that order, and we'll see what happens. So the trade we placed earlier on this afternoon, I think it was around 4:15ish, was a sell trade on the pound dollar, and as we can see it's just popped up and triggered the trade. So we're now into this. It's been after a bit of a surge early afternoon, pushed right up, bundled along, not really made any traction. Bit of a worry potentially if you're looking at lower lows. It never really popped back down to this level, which would give a trade in range. But yeah, we are at the highs. Well, as near as damn. His stop loss is giving us a bit of breathing room. Further up, so we've got potential couple of resistance levels here, possibly depending on how much you put in them with such a few candles. But within the trade, target for this is the lows. Well, this is actually a 1 in 4 trade. So there is an argument to bring it right down to this sort of level, which would then keep it within the channel, which would be the downward channel, which we'll look on the hourly chart. So it could potentially bring us down to these levels, keep us within the channel, which would be allow for this to work nicely. Of course, the worry is it could still potentially break this, push up, it's in line with sort of the moving average, so the 100 moving average and the tops of the channel, and then proceed further again. So hoping for a double top will play out and hold its own, but let's wait and see. So the trade on the pound dollar peaked in around, I think it was around, was that it? Yeah, around 6 o'clock. Fell away initially to this sort of slight, well, it's not even a support line really. It fell away ever so slightly. It was in profit. Had the option to move to break even. But on this occasion I thought, no, let's give it a bit of room to breathe, see what happens. And as you can see, the last 5 minutes or so has literally just popped up and closed me out by a point. So just like on the Dow trade earlier where I got lucky, on this one it's pushed up and closed it out. The reality is I suspect we're going to push a little bit higher from here anyway. There's no natural resistance lines until we sort of get up into around here. Let's just drag that over just for 3, which is around here. So we've still got a little way to go before we get into some of these other areas that we identified previously. So yeah, so losing trade. There you go. So losing trade, 15-point loss. So not a good one, but the opportunity was there, and it's a game of odds, which is why I always try to look for the 1 in 4. So we get 2 in, we get half right, even get 1 in 3 right, we'll make a bit of money. And if we get 1 in 4 right, then we'll shouldn't be losing money, which I think is the key thing in this sort of when we're trying to start trading. So okay, job done.